The only way to get stronger is facing resistance, facing the opposition. Do not get discouraged or disheartened when things don't go your way, when persecution comes about, when people call you names and mock you and come against you. Be grateful. Those things are wonderful opportunities for you to grow. See, when I just came to faith, I was weak, like a baby. You believe, but you don't really have much of a conviction, and definitely not the ins and outs of everything to be able to defend my faith, except for the fact that this is what I believe. But the more opposition I face, the more family members and naysayers and other haters of God attack, accuse, slander, persecute, discriminate, the more I stand firm in my trust, in my loyalty, in my faithfulness to Yeshua Adonai, the God of Israel. I am not cowed by them. I am not threatened by them. It's the opposite. The more they come against me, the stronger I become, the bolder I become, the louder I become. Why? Because I am exposed to just how crazy and wicked and messed up all of them are in their nonsense beliefs and theologies, all of them godless. Crazy people. Haters of God. And when you realize just how crazy all of them are, I get even louder because I have the truth. At first, you're not really sure you believe, but it's kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to offend anybody. But now I see just how crazy and lost and confused they all are. I bark at everybody. Secular, religious, Christian, Messianic. I could care less. Because I know what they believe, and I know that they believe lies, and I know I have the truth because I know the Lord. So why should I be ashamed when I know the truth, and the truth has a name? His name is Yeshua. Now I know what I said. I said Messianics and all of those. Yes, not all Messianics follow the truth. Christians, a bunch of church people, religious people. You can be a Messianic Jew and not know Yeshua. So you claim to believe Yeshua is Lord. Good. Even the demons believe and tremble. What good is that? Unless you actually humble yourself and walk with Him in humility so that you know Him, that you are His servant. Most are godless. I rebuke Messianics all the time for how godless and useless they are and how they misrepresent the Lord because they're the ones that claim to know Him. And I see how they conduct themselves, and it is evident that they do not know Him. Or else they would bear some fruit to testify that they do. Now, my family is godless. I'm not ashamed to say it because I denounced them. I detached myself from them. I am not one of them. I serve the Lord, the God of Israel. They don't. Grandpa, grandma, uncles, father, mother, sister, all godless, haters of God, every single one of them. They can't stand the fact that I serve God and obey the Torah. I'm like a thorn in their side. Even in the Shiva, I had to rebuke my father. We're mourning grandpa, and all of a sudden some family members show up like they're going to a nightclub. Women with their breasts hanging out, their tummies showing. What is this? I told him, tell them to cover themselves up. What is this godlessness? We're not in Tel Aviv. We're not going to the strip club. We'll sit in Shiva mourning for my grandfather. Do you mind? I don't want to have to look at this godlessness, this perversion, this prostitution. Of course, they didn't like any of that. Oh, yeah. Wicked people, haters of God, lovers of the flesh, lovers of the lust of the eyes. Of course, they don't mind. Well, it didn't bother me. Of course not, because you're a man whore, all of them. Oh, you love watching naked women on the beach. You know who you are. Yeah, you go and you pretend, oh, I'm just getting some sun. You call it what? Eye candy? Yeah, I've heard that one before. Wicked people, you bunch of perverts. I know who all of you are, and Stephen does too. We're men of God. The problem is you do not know who we are. We have the eye to see, you don't. You think you do, but you have no idea. You couldn't tell a religious man from a man of God. You couldn't tell your left from your right. You are the blind following the blind, and both of you will fall into a pit. But I don't care. I'm grateful. Like I said, I'm grateful. Every godless person that comes against me, I get stronger. Another punching bag for me to hit. Another weight to lift. And I get stronger, and the stronger my opponent is, the stronger I become. Oh yes, I suffer. Every night I struggle and suffer and fight spirits and demons and having nightmares and all kind of stuff. Spiritual warfare. I'm sure you have no idea what I'm talking about, because you've never even been born again, most of you. Oh yes, but the war is real, the battle is real, the struggle is real. And thank God that it is. How else would I grow and become mature in my faith, in my strength? Yeshua told Peter, when you are strong, then strengthen your brothers. Peter wasn't strong in the beginning. He denounced the Lord 3 times. He was weak. But the Lord said, your name will be Peter, Petros, rock. Representation of Yeshua, the rock of ages. Tzur Olamim, the eternal rock. The rock of Israel, the cornerstone, upon which every other stone is placed in the living temple of Adonai, our Maker, Creator, the God of the universe. We serve the true King, and there is no other. Why should I be ashamed? All of you should be. All of you should shut your mouth and humble yourselves when a man of God is speaking with the authority of the King. But you are a bunch of arrogant fools, think you can accuse me of something, think that you can respond, think that you have a better idea, you fools. And I allow it. I allow them to speak, because why wouldn't I? They have free will. I just let them know, your bill comes due. And there's gonna be hell to pay. The Lord is jealous for his children. He loves his servants. Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm, he said. If you touch one of God's people, it would have been better for you to never been born. Yeshua said these things must happen, but woe to him through whom these things come. If you cause any of these little ones to stumble, it is not going to end well for you. I know you don't believe it. That's fine. You don't have to believe it in order for it to be true. You can pretend and live in La La Land all of your life. Go and get drunk, get high, prostitute yourself, get tattoos. I met a vegan lesbian the other day. A vegan lesbian with tattoos who drinks liquor. I was like, that is a walking contradiction. And she was bold about it too. She came into the Shiva with a 6-pack of beers, like, hey, anybody want a beer? I offered her a cookie. She's like, oh, I'm vegan. I'm like, vegan? What do you have to do with being a vegan? Aren't you a lesbian? Aren't you filled with tattoos? Nothing natural about you. Nothing vegan, vegetable, nothing authentic about you. How can you be a vegan if so-called nature people? Nothing natural about you. You're a lesbian. You've replaced natural relations with unnatural ones. You've replaced your God-given body with a piece of trash covered with drawings and ink and all kinds of disgusting figures that you've drawn on yourself as if you're a piece of paper, and you're a vegan? These people are crazy, I tell you. Crazy. But thank God. Thank God. I'm so grateful that we have these kind of people around. Because without them, I wouldn't have the chance to grow. I wouldn't have the chance to have my spiritual exercise and mature and become the strong man of God that the Lord ordained for me to be. And you should be grateful too. Don't complain about it. I did a message a while back about my neighbor's dogs that bark every night, all night. I can't even sleep. But thank God, suffering makes you stronger. The more we suffer, the stronger we are. Stephen is the strongest man I know, and he's also the man who suffers the most that I know. From his childhood, all kinds of sufferings. And yet, he is the strongest man I know, and he bears his cross very well, with joy, and he still sacrifices himself for others. They don't do that for him, but he does it for them. Because he is just that strong, and he has that much love, that even though other people treat him horribly, he still has enough love in him to treat them right, because he's a true man of God. He's not a religious person. He's no church Sunday morning pretend to be a follower. He's the real deal. And thank God for people like him, to be an example for people like me. Someone I can follow, that himself follows my shepherd, my leader, my God.